Thailand's Prime Minister dissolved Parliament on Friday after 3 months in office. A royal decree showed, paving the way for general elections early next year. PM Anutin Charnvirakul said on social media that he was returning power to the people. According to the Thai constitution, if the king approves the dissolution, polls must be held within 45 to 60 days. Anutin said in September he planned to dissolve Parliament by the end of January, with general elections to be held in March or early April, but this move would accelerate that timeline. PM Charnvirakul's comments come as fierce border conflict between Thailand and Cambodia extended on Friday, leaving at least 20 people dead and nearly 200 injured. Around 600,000 people, mostly in Thailand, have fled border areas near where jets, tanks and drones have waged battle. This week's clashes are the deadliest since 5 days of fighting in July killed dozens before a shaky truce was agreed following intervention by Donald Trump. Meanwhile, the US President said he will speak with the leaders of Thailand and Cambodia to demand a halt to the clashes. Thailand Prime Minister confirmed the news, saying the call will take place at 21:20 Thailand time or 20:50 Indian Standard Time on Friday.
Eight wars, think of it, 8 wars have been solved. Although Thailand and Cambodia, I think I'm going to have to make a couple of phone calls on Thailand, but we'll get that one back on track.
All right, DD India's Akshay Dongre has more information on this. He is joining us live from Delhi. Hi Akshay, how significant is this decision to dissolve Parliament so early into the government's term, and what do you think immediate impact could this have on governance, especially with the border conflict still unfolding?
Well, Abhishek, absolutely. This is a significant move that has come amid the raging conflict that has entered the 4th day. Civilian casualties on both sides. In fact, Thailand reporting deaths of civilians along with soldiers, whereas Cambodia also has reported deaths of about 11 civilians as far as the conflict is concerned. Both sides are accusing each other of violating the international ceasefire. However, this new move of the dissolution of parliament clearly is going to pave the way for a new government coming in after the elections are held in about 45 days. We are also hearing that the king is going to approve the dissolution of the parliament that has been initiated by the prime minister. But what are going to be the ramifications on this? That remains to be seen, because as of now, this was unexpected that both the sides will once again begin with the conflict. However, the way the conflict was stopped with the pressure without solving the underlying issues, perhaps is the reason why the conflict has broken so soon again, with both the sides claiming that the underlying issues have not been solved. Now, Donald Trump claiming that he will have to make phone calls to stop the conflict again, highlights the very problem that has led to this, starting of the conflict once again, because unless you solve the major issues that is causing the friction, you can never claim, that the war has been stopped. It may be a temporary ceasefire, but the underlying issues have to be solved. There has to be discussion and dialogue between the two sides without a third party's intervention, as a necessity to solve the conflict. Now, whether it will have a positive impact or a negative impact, that only time will tell. But what we are seeing is a conflict that is once again, arising from the very point where it was left a few months back.
But talking about the political landscape, Akshay, President Trump says he will speak with both leaders to demand a halt to the fighting. Looking ahead, how might the border conflict and the sudden dissolution of parliament shape Thailand's political landscape as it moves towards election in 45 to 60 days?
Well, the stoppage of war, the cessation of hostilities, or what we call a ceasefire, was brought in with the pressure from the US side. That had put a lot of pressure on the Thai government of, without resolving the underlying issues of border conflict, of, areas of importance that are to both the sides. The conflict was stopped. There was no permanent solution of the problems that were there. and perhaps that may be the reason why the government was so much under pressure that they had to dissolve the parliament. Now, once again, with the pressure coming in, now it will be unclear that who the Donald Trump administration is going to pressurize, since the parliament has already been dissolved. Because earlier there was a government, now the parliament, with the parliament dissolution, it will only be the king that will be the sovereign and major decision maker as far as the politics of Thailand is concerned. For 45 days, there are not going to be any general elections, so no government in sight as well. But if the pressure comes again, we might see some stoppage of hostilities, but this time it is going to be far more complicated. Back to you, Akshay.
Next few days, yes, Akshay, would be very crucial. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for inputs.